Hey everyone, Al Fragnoli. We are joined again on League of Leaders with Dr. Will Ramey, a very familiar face. Will, we love having you on. You are the CEO of Shared Leadership LLC, former military leader. You've got extensive background in leadership. We're going to touch on as we head into the new year here about goal setting. Everybody is always focused on goals come January 1. It's going to be the best year of their life. We know how it goes. Will, thank you so much for coming on with us. We're looking forward to chatting with you today.
Absolutely, Al. I hope you had a joyous holiday season, and I am thrilled as always to be a guest on the show.
Appreciate it. Will, definitely had a fantastic holiday season. As you can see, still got the Christmas decorations on in the background. Will, I see it right behind you as well, so I love the spirit. Will, let's jump right into it. Goal setting. Obviously, we want to always focus on the importance of setting goals, striving to obtain those goals. Why is it critically important for people to really focus on having goals, writing them down, and really focusing on hitting those goals?
Yeah, I think, Al, the importance of it comes from, people, we always want to evolve. We want to change. We want to get better. Whether that be we just want to continue to learn, or we want to hone our craft, or we want to be able to, outperform the competition, whether it be in our personal life, in the sports world, in the business world. When you have a goal, you have an end state in mind. The importance of having clarity on that, making it crisp, making it clear, making it understandable, making it visible, writing it down, helps you with that accountability. It makes it real. Taking it from a thought in your head to putting it out there in the world, to putting it down on paper, to sharing it with people on what you want to accomplish, it is important for continued growth. And I think that's what most people are striving for, is that continued growth. We always want to just be a little bit better. We want to be a little bit healthier, a little bit happier, a little bit more satisfied, whatever it may be. That end state, that goal in mind is the desired outcome that you're shooting for.
Will, I couldn't agree with you more, and I think you touched on a couple key points there. You mentioned writing it down, making it visible. If we don't write down our goals, the likelihood of us obtaining those goals decreases tremendously, and that's proven through research in countless studies. So writing it down, it holds you accountable. If you have an accountability partner, that even makes it better as well, which you mentioned sharing it with others. That's so critical. We need to talk about our goals openly, and the likelihood of us achieving those, if we write them down, share them with others, increases tremendously. We'll talk about January 1st. That seems to be it, right? When we go into a new year, everybody's focused on goals. It's going to be the best year of my life. Talk a little bit about why people tend to set goals for the new year. They usually wait till the new year to set these goals, and then sometimes they drift away, whether it be the middle of the month after a couple of weeks, whether it be a month in. Those goals seem to fade away. So maybe walk us through what you've seen, what you've learned through your leadership on why people wait till the new year to set goals, and why they seem to fade away.
Oh, absolutely. So, I've read a little bit of Katie Milkman, who's a behavioral scientist. She's a well published author, researcher down in UPenn area. The refresh, the restart period. What we see is a tendency is when we have an opportunity to refresh and restart, is when we want to set a goal. How many times have you asked yourself or said, "I'm going to start on Monday"? First day of the week, and then it's Friday night, and things happen, and you party your way through. But Monday, I'm going to start my diet. Monday, I'm going to start my workout routine. January 1st is one of those reset periods where people have a tendency to say, okay, this year, it's the milestone that they hit. So it brings up a sense of renewal. It brings up a sense of refresh. It brings up a sense of restart, which is why people get that boom, that burst of energy around the clean slate, the newness of it. But as you mentioned before, come the end of January or February, sometimes those goals start to fade. And there's the good news is there are proven methods and ways that you can shift how you approach goal setting and stick-to-itiveness, if you will, to be able to obtain those goals all the way through. So let me walk you through. If you think of goal setting as an equation, on the right side of the equation, you have your desired outcome. And that's what a goal is. It's the end result. What you need on the left side of that equation is who you want to be plus your habit system. And that's where those critical elements, those two come together for you to be able to achieve your desired result. It's not good enough to say, I want to drop 10 pounds. You've got to understand why you want to do that and the habit system that you're going to put in place to be able to enable you to achieve your desired outcome. So when you're identifying a goal or objective, that's that to achieve it's great. Make it crisp, make it clear. It's also the result. So take time to visualize the outcome. The first step is understanding who you want to become. So that first element on the left side of the equation, it's not just the result, it's the journey. And it's imperative to understand what achieving this goal or this outcome is going to mean in regards to who you're trying to become. And you can do this through a little self-coaching practice to understand what the outcome is you're pursuing and who you're trying to become through the process of achieving that goal. You can ask yourself or do a little journaling, write the questions down, answer these questions, writing them down. What's the outcome you're trying to achieve? What happens if I'm able to achieve this outcome? Who is impacted? How will achieving my goal change who I am? What happens if I reach this outcome? What happens if I don't? What stops happening if I reach my outcome? What does not stop if I reach my outcome? And who do I want to become along the way? The goal is the outcome. It's the what. Making it personal, becoming self-aware of who you want to be is powerful. It gives the goal more purpose beyond the surface level of accomplishment. The next step, the next element you want to combine is your habit system. And this comes right from James Clear. If you haven't read the book Atomic Habits, I highly suggest you read it. He talks about the cueing system. So understanding the outcome being the result, the system that you put in place is going to lead you to that result. So think about it from the wide world of sports. What's the end result you want in sports? You want to win. Well, to win, you've got to score points. But what system do you have in place to score more points? It's not about the point. It's about the system you put in place to get to that end state. So the habit loop from James Clear's book, there's a cue, which triggers a craving, which motivates a response, which provides a reward, which then satisfies the craving and is ultimately associated with that cueing system. Those are the 4 steps, and they form a neurological feedback loop in your head. So ultimately, what you want to do, if you want to form a good habit, you want to make something fun and you want to make it attractive. What's fun about that cue? What's attractive about that cue and that craving and the reward? If you're trying to break a bad habit, you want to make it the cue invisible and you want to make the craving and the outcome unattractive. That's the importance and the difference of having a system in place. If you're not using the right system for the right outcome, you're not setting yourself up for success. And along the way, the critical part is celebrating the small wins. Break that goal, break that outcome down into small, digestible, manageable steps. Celebrate those small wins along the way. One thing I've done this year, my family is so supportive of my business endeavors. They bought me a day planner. And what I chose to do with that day planner is I didn't write down my meetings in it. I wrote down my wins. That's my win log. And so I started celebrating the small wins. That way, when I look back on what I accomplished in the last 8 to 9 months, I can see I may not be where I wanted to be yet, but man, am I a heck of a lot closer today than what I was at the start of the year. So celebrate the small stuff, keep track of it, and keep building that momentum. Who plus habit system equals your desired outcome.
I love it, Will. I love it. There is a gentleman, Andy Frisella, who's written a book, 75 Hard, and he talks about 75 days straight of creating good habits that creates a mindset where once you're done with those 75 days, your mind will be trained to really think and operate the way you want it to, and you won't resort back to the bad habits. And that's similar to Atomic Habits, where you create those outcome results that you're looking for. You have a system or process in place that you create to get to where you want to be. And I love some of those things that you mentioned. Andy also talks about in his book, writing down the small wins, which you're doing currently, which I love. We got to log some of those wins, no matter how small they might be, and we got to write them down so that we're proud of ourselves so that we continue on with our journey. Will, I love it. If you had a couple bullet points, and you mentioned the writing down your daily wins, but if there's a couple key two, three, four, 5 points that are going to keep people on track to make 2023 the best year of their lives, to make sure that they're always focused on goals, what is this going to be?
Yeah, make it visible. Point number one. So write your goals down, post it someplace that you see each and every day. That's a huge step towards self accountability. Second point is bring somebody that you trust and know along with you, right? And they may not be doing whatever it is you're trying to do with you, but they are somebody that you trust that will ask you the hard questions of, hey, did you X today? Did you Y today? You still have time, get that in, right? So have an accountability partner. A second one. The third one is know that your path to change is not linear. It's a roller coaster. It's up and down. You're going to have good days and bad days. You're going to have small wins and you're going to have small setbacks. The key is focus on longitudinal change. It's going to take you time to do that, right? So that's number three. And the fourth one is, you've got to be able to have clarity on what it is you want to do and keep coming back to why you want to do it. What is your purpose? How it's making you better? How is this outcome gonna change who you are for the good? And who else is involved? So right next to that goal, maybe you have a picture. Maybe you have a picture of the end result, or you have a picture of family, or you have a picture of what's driving you to make that change. And those are very simple, low cost, no cost things that you can do to help you stick to your goals. And it'll be springtime, summertime before you know it, and you'll still be on track.
Will, I love what you shared. It's fantastic. 4 key points right there. To your point, too, super cost effective, not expensive at all, and really easy to do. But write down your goals, make sure they're visible, find somebody you trust, have an accountability partner, make sure that we understand that change is going to have ups and downs. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have to push through some of those tough times and have clarity. We got to know why we're doing what we're doing, and we need to know what that end result is and who we're doing it for, us, our family, everybody involved. So Will, always love chatting with you. This is fantastic. Thank you for sharing some important stuff on goal setting. We know it's really always important to focus on becoming better people each and every day. And we want to wish you and your family a wonderful, wonderful new year. We know it's going to be fantastic 2023. There'll be ups and downs, Will, but we know you're going to push through it and you're going to accomplish some great things as well. So thank you, as always, for coming on with us.
Absolutely, Al. Same to you. Wish you and yours just a healthy, happy, prosperous new year. Can't wait to see what we do together in 23.
Absolutely. Thanks, Will.